You're listening to Qwerpline here on QWRP-FM. Qwerpline this week is brought to you by Yucatan Stan's Mountain Man Slam Can. It's 837 milliliters of pure energy in our new auto shotgunning Slam Can. Open your mouth, crack the valve, and relax your throat. Yucatan Stan's Mountain Man Slam Can. Be sure to visit our hype van.
Good morning, Innsbruck. Welcome to Qwerpline. Big G Money here with A-Train. How are you doing, Alex?
Firm and slender.
Descriptive. Thank you for that mental picture.
Just calling it like I see it.
And now we all see it in the theater of the mind. But in spite of that, I hope everyone out there is having a great day in scenic Innsbruck.
I beg your pardon?
I'm fairly confident this is just a simple typo that crept through somehow.
And you read it.
It's what I have in front of me. Let me just... Yeah, F is right beside it on the keyboard. They still added the trademark. They just gave up and didn't even give it a slogan this time.
Welcome to our town. Notice there's no G in it?
I'm right here. And it's time for the news. Formosa Palace is sponsoring the Millennial Innsbruck 1,000-Year Egg Drop. And children from all over Thurston County are competing to see who can earn their class a free Formosa Palace pizza party by building the most durable and nutritious congee catcher.
This sounds mostly like free advertising for Formosa Palace.
Welcome to community radio, Alex.
You don't gotta say it just because it's true.
And in other news, after many delays and assurances from both mayors of Chuffield that the short count of drums was the result of a rounding error, the roads are finally clear of the nuclear waste convoy. Just in time for the vintage tractor parade, so don't bank on speedy travel down the return of 3rd Avenue.
I didn't realize those old tractors were that slow.
Oh, no, they can haul ass. They're just governed to 10 miles an hour so they don't fly apart.
Ooh, that doesn't sound safe.
No, it wouldn't be safe to get shrapneled with 300 pounds of sand-casted iron. That's why they're governed to 10 miles an hour.
You sound unusually mad about this.
That's my route to work. But if you are a fan of vintage tractors, you might also be interested in vintage aviation, which is why we've sent, at his vehement request, Montgomery Kone over to the Chumble floodplain for the Innsbruck Vintage Aviation Show.
Hi, Graham and Alex.
Whoa.
You're supposed I thought you were on location.
Yeah, but they don't open it this time in the morning, you know? So I thought I'd get out there yesterday while they're all setting up, and that way I get a recording to you and get down here first thing in the morning. You can listen to it, and then you can get excited, and everyone else can get excited, and we can all go down there together and really enjoy all that old flat stuff.
I'm excited that you're excited.
All right, one down, rest of the population to go. Listen up, Innsbruck. I got a recording here, already passed it to Gus. Gus, you hit it.
Okay, thank you, Montgomery. We go... Wait, Gus. Let me do this. We go now to a report filed just now by Montgomery Kone.
Hey there, sports fans. It's Montgomery Kone coming at you from the Chumble floodplains. And I'm out here in the twilight of the evening looking at all these beautiful failures of aviation. That's right. The Innsbruck Vintage Aviation Show is all about the steps we took to get into the sky. As I look out here on this great plain full of great planes, I think that if Leonardo da Vinci were alive today, he'd be 495 years old, or dead. What you may not know, listeners, is that Innsbruck was home to many spectacular aviation failures. But those failures were the stepping stones that eventually led to the wondrous flights that you and many others have enjoyed in this world today. It's easy to overlook the contributions of such luminaries as Corkeflumpus, who was the first man to stop gluing feathers to leathers in order to achieve flight. His other ideas didn't work out so well, but hey, he made a contribution. There's also Sylvester and Woodrow Wank, who devised and adapted the Wankel propeller mechanism that went on top of them bouncy helicopters that never seemed to work right. And Clara Tupelman, who invented and flew the Whirlybird, which crashed and killed 16 people, which for a short time made it the most successful combat aircraft to date.
Montgomery, is this report just you recounting Innsbruck's numerous air disasters?
Well, not all of it. If you skip ahead about 10 minutes, there's a segment of me riding one of these things.
Did you die?
Well, let's find out. Gus?
Oh, Jesus! Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, Jesus!
Wow.
Majestic, ain't it?
Are you okay?
Am I okay? Man, we almost got off the ground that time.
Almost.
Alex, those were all aviation failures. If I knew we were in any danger of getting off the ground, I might have had to make good use of my pilot's license.
You can fly. You can fly? Can you fly a helicopter?
Don't certainly see why not. It's just a couple of wings bolted to the side of a fuselage.
Montgomery, that's a plane?
Good enough. I have a job offer for you.
Sounds like a great idea, Alex. I've been having a pretty good time being a professional sideball player, but I think at some point I'm going to hang up my cleats.
You're not a professional sideball player. You got called up for one game.
For 2 games, and one of them I didn't get thrown out of.
Montgomery, is there anything else in the report that we should inflict upon our listeners?
I rode 3 more, including the infamous Dustin's Folly. That one made me chuck my lunch.
And you cut it into your report?
Of course I did, Alex. I take my job very seriously. #content.
Hashtag end of segment. Thank you, Montgomery.
See you out there for sideball season.
We won't, but call me. Seriously.
The Vintage Air Show will be out in Chumble Floodplain all week, so if you want to hear more about failures of aviation, you're in luck because it's time to check in with Richter Hammock Slam up in the QWRP Traffic Coopter. How's it going, Richter?
Fantastic timing, Graham! The preparations are complete and I am ready to begin!
Giving us the traffic, right?
Oh, Lord, no, Alex! Something much more important than that!
I don't know why I cling to hope at this point.
But your job...
Today is Marshal of the Millennial Egg Drop! And the children are in place! And the eggs already in their baskets, and all I'm waiting for is that final word to hit the button.
Sorry, what?
I've got 1,000 eggs currently dangling underneath the traffic copter with the names of all Innsbruck's children on them, ready to drop. Well, not literally their names, they're just marked as certified organic. But I wanted to establish some mise-en-scène.
Richter, no, they're dropping 1,000-year eggs, not 1,000 eggs.
That doesn't sound right, Graham. You'd think the eggs would have hatched after 1,000 years. Anyway, I can't hear you over the sound of these eggs dropping.
He responded to you. He can clearly hear us. He is doing this on purpose.
No, Alex, this is just the kind of camaraderie that happens after a lifetime of working together.
You've worked here for 4 years and every day has been an indescribable pain.
As indescribable as this majestic sight of 1,000 white orbs lazily plummeting towards the ground. I can barely describe how beautiful this scene is. It's almost impossible to put into words.
How about brainless idiot?
Or safety hazard.
Oh, not to worry at all, Graham. Because of the vagaries of gravity, all the eggs are currently moving away from me, and I remain safe above the ground. Back to you.
It only takes one bad egg.
Don't.
Public service announcement. Anyone who can hear the traffic coopter, you got about 4 seconds to put your skillets out the window and get a free breakfast.
We are on a 7-second delay.
Oh,
And that's why.
you seem awfully calm.
I don't know. I think I might just feel kind of liberated knowing that it was all intentional this whole time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think something broke in my head.
Well, if you, listener at home, are, like Alex, feeling perhaps a little too calm, maybe you might want to check out the Yucatan Stands Mountain Man Slam Can Sensory Overload Hype Van, where we've sent summer intern Derek. Hello, Derek.
Hi, Graham. Hi, Alex. I'm joining you from the Innsbruck Vintage Aviation Show.
I thought they weren't open till later.
Oh, no, Graham, that's where they parked the Yucatan Stands Mountain Man Slam Can Sensory Overload Hype Van.
Wow, what a mouthful.
Alex, you've tried the auto shotgunning slam can, too.
Yeah, it wasn't so good. It came out my nose and one of my tear ducts.
Me, too. They say that's the carbonation working.
I had spots in my vision for a week after.
Oh, you got off easy then. I can't taste the left side of my face, which I'm hoping to correct by going inside the Sensory Overload Hype Van. With me here representing Yucatan Stands Mountain Man Slam Can Sensory Overload Hype Van is Stacy.
Hi, I'm Stacy. I'm from Yucatan Stands Mountain Man Slam Can Sensory Overload Hype Van Street Team. I got my job because I could say that.
I got my job because I could say things too.
So our new sensory overload van is super radical awesome. Like, I'm sure you've heard of sensory deprivation tanks, right?
No?
Well, it's just like that, but not.
Oh, it's a good thing I don't know what that is then.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to blindfold you and put you in the van. And once you're inside the van, all you got to do is take off all your clothes and climb into the patented Yucatan Stands Mountain Man Slam Can Sensory Overload Saline Vat. It's filled with 2,000 gallons of superheated saline to really stimulate all your nerves in your skin.
I have nerves in my skin?
You have nerves everywhere, and you're going to be aware of all of them when you've settled yourself into the saline tank. Then the laser light show can begin.
Is that like the Pink Floyd shows they have down at the planetarium?
Yeah, maybe if you've seen shows for wimps and children and babies, this show will drill your eyelids into your eyeballs and blind you, but then unblind you because it's so radical.
I'm starting to have second thoughts about doing this.
But wait, there's more. Then we start the specially engineered sensory overload soundscape. It's the sound of giraffes having sex combined with a drum full of typewriters being pushed down the stairs of the Washington Monument.
Why would you do that to me?
Because it's extreme. And we haven't even talked about your most extreme sense, which is your sense of smell, or what will be left after you climb inside Yucatan Stands Mountain Man Slam Can Sensory Overload Hype Van.
Feeling afraid now.
Well, how do you feel about experiencing our special proprietary scent blend of vaporized pepperoni and deer urine?
Bad?
And then we release the raccoons.
Into the wild?
No, into the tank.
What sense is the raccoon for?
Every one of them at once.
I don't want to go any further, but what do we do about the sense of taste?
Well, that's why we give you a Yucatan Stands Mountain Man Slam Can, which you consume at the signal.
What's the signal?
And then once you're actively involved in slamming the Yucatan Stands Mountain Man Slam Can, that's when we start the earthquake simulation. The only way to get truly extreme is to experience a 9.6 earthquake on the Richter scale, while a horrible melange of aerosolized pepperoni, deer urine, angry raccoons, and hot saline is threatening to tear you apart in a terrible psychic torture chamber.
Did you get in the vat?
Twice!
Guys, don't make me do this. I want to go back to Lorna's Oasis.
Sorry, Derek, I can't hear you over all the eggs.
What?
So, listeners, if you want to check out what it's like to be a living supernova of pain, don't worry, because the Yucatan Stands Mountain Man Slam Can Sensory Overload Hype Van is part of a caravan. We've got 3 units here, so there's minimal wait.
So, maybe give that a miss.
They're the sponsor this week.
Well,
I'm heading down there right now. Look to the east for my report when I am reborn anew.
Yeah, all right.
well, that takes us up to the break. Quick news item. There is now lots of protein on St. Glurt Avenue, and traction is impossible between Crescent and 19th Parkway. Several raccoons and 1 golden retriever are already being treated for what they suspect is high cholesterol at Innsbruck Veterinary Hospital.
Well, on the bright side, it's pretty hot out today, so if you want to get yourself a free dirty omelet, throw on your winter chains and drive on down.
And next week, after the air show, come back to Chumble Floodplain for Ball Hinckley's Raymond's Talc Barn presents the Thurpston Talc Castle Championships, sponsored by Ball Hinckley's Raymond's Talc Barn. Come and marvel at some of the driest examples of scale architecture north of the Mississippi.
That sounds like it'll suck.
The moisture right out of the air. Anyone with an allergy to desiccants will want to stay upwind. Bring some kids.
Some?
Stick around, more Qwerpline after this.
You're listening to Qwerpline here on QWRP-FM. Thanks again to our sponsor, Yucatan Stands Mountain Man Slam Can. It's 837 milliliters of pure energy in our new auto shotgunning slam can. Open your mouth, crack the valve, and relax your throat. It's Yucatan Stands Mountain Man Slam Can. Not edible in the Isle of Man.